Welcome back to the channel, dear brothers and sisters. Today we're diving into two powerful biblical themes that speak directly to the human struggle. Lust, one of the most ancient battles of the human heart, and the truth that the righteous may fall 7 times, but they rise again. These aren't just moral ideas, they're psychological realities, spiritual realities, human realities. So let's go deeper and take a dive right into the topic. Lust, the battle beneath the surface. When scripture talks about lust, it's not just talking about desire. Desire is human. Desire is natural. Desire is part of how we are wired. Lust is something different. Lust is desire disconnected from purpose. Desire without boundaries. Desire that turns people into objects and moments into addictions. On a deeper level, lust is not about the body, it's about the heart. It's about escaping instead of engaging, consuming instead of connecting, taking instead of giving, filling a void instead of healing it. Lust is a shortcut, a counterfeit, a temporary fix for a deeper ache. And that's why it's so powerful, not because it's about pleasure, but because it's about pain, the hidden roots of lust. Lust grows in the soil of unmet needs. It thrives where there is loneliness, stress, shame, emotional disconnection, a lack of purpose, lack of identity. Lust is often the symptom, not the cause. And scripture never treats lust as something you defeat by willpower alone. It treats it as something you overcome by transformation, by healing the deeper wounds that drive you towards it. This is why Jesus focuses on the heart, not just the behavior, because if the heart changes, the behavior follows. The righteous fall 7 times. Now let's bring in the second theme, the proverb that states the righteous fall 7 times but rise again. This is one of the most misunderstood verses in the Bible. It doesn't say the righteous never fall. It doesn't say the righteous fall less than others. It doesn't say the righteous fall only once. It says they fall 7 times, a symbolic number meaning repeatedly, consistently, more than you'd expect. The difference between the righteous and the wicked isn't perfection, it's resilience. The righteous rise again and again and again, not because they're strong, but because they refuse to stay down. Failure is not the opposite of righteousness. Here's the deeper truth. Falling does not disqualify you. Staying down does. Righteousness is not the absence of failure. It's the refusal to surrender to it. This is where lust and resilience intersect. Because lust is one of those battles where people fall and fall and fall, and shame whispers, "You're done. You're dirty. You're so disqualified." But scripture says the opposite. It says, get up, try again, heal deeper, grow stronger, rise. Why rising matters more than falling. Every time you rise, you weaken the power of shame. You strengthen the muscle of resilience. You reclaim your identity. You rewrite your story. You prove to yourself that failure is not final. And here's the deeper layer to it. Every rise is an act of war against the version of you that wants to give up. Every rise is a declaration. I am not defined by my lowest moment. I am defined by my direction, the path forward, healing, not hiding. If lust is rooted in deeper wounds, then rising again means more than just trying harder. It means being honest about what you're running from, understanding the emotional triggers beneath the behavior, building habits that strengthen your identity, surrounding yourself with people who speak truth, not shame, learning to replace escape with connection, learning to replace secrecy with honesty, learning to replace self-condemnation with growth. Rising again is not about perfection. It's about progress. So if you're battling lust, if you're tired of falling, if you feel like you're stuck in a cycle you can't break, hear this. You're not alone. You're not beyond hope, and you are not defined by your failures. The righteous fall 7 times, but they get up and they rise again. And every time you rise, you become stronger, wiser, and more whole than you were before. Thank you for tuning into today's video. If this message spoke to you, let me know down in the comments. Share this with a friend who might need it. If you want more deep, honest conversations like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel where we're comparing scripture and modern society. Thank you for watching, and remember, Falling is human, rising is holy. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys on the next one.